and welcome back to PODCAD. I have a bunch of buddies around, and this isn't the first time because, we get all our good friends together. This man sitting in front of me is like no other, a friend, an ad man, a creator of sorts, of many sorts. We're going to get into it. But please welcome Isaac Mosna, formerly known as...
Formerly known.
He still is known. What are you known as?
Until today.
Canoopsy.
That's me.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
I'm happy to be here.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
It's
Any animals fly on your way here?
Yeah. So
how's it
on the way here, I was biking. I love biking through the city. It's a wonderful experience. And a nice sparrow just hit me in the face.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the second time it's happened. It really does wake you up.
Yeah.
What was that movie you watched?
The Birds?
The Birds, yeah.
Yeah, it's
with
similar to the
Hitchcock.
birds.
Yeah.
So
I feel like with your glasses, they look like they vaporize the bird.
Oh, that bird!
A good stare.
That bird was just disappeared as soon as it hit me in the face.
Kept going.
I went right through it.
back. That's tough.
It was wild. But yeah, I'm here. I'm happy to be here. The studio looks crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's great.
You were here at OCAD LiVE during its infancy.
It's first
Yes.
year. You had a show called Kitchen Robbery.
Sure
I
did.
believe.
Kitchen Robbery. That was a crazy show. That was during COVID. I want to say it was 2020, that one.
Yeah.
And
was.
I guess, it was when OCAD start doing this. And basically, it was just an excuse to go out and eat at every restaurant, and OCAD would pay for it. And it was great. It was so good. We got to try so many great spots and support local businesses, and it was a great experience.
What was your favorite restaurant or, say, favorite episode of Kitchen Robbery?
That's a tough one. I think we did a lot of interesting episodes, and everyone was themed. We'd hit 3 spots for each episode.
Yeah.
It's hard to pick a favorite, but I'd say the one that was very memorable, and one of the last ones we did a falafel episode, finding the best falafel in Toronto, and that led me to discovering Parallel on Geary Avenue, and they make the best falafels. You know what I'm talking about?
I've been through Geary. I live pretty close to Geary, so I gotta check it out then.
Yeah, they do. They're you open them up, they're green on the inside, fluorescent green, beautiful.
Fluorescent green.
It's fluorescent.
I don't know. It sounds a little.
I've never seen anything like it. Parallel's awesome. They're one of the
usually
best.
yellow, right? They're a little bit more. I've only ever been to one place that had the green falafel, and they hit different.
I know. It's just loaded with herbs.
And then after you ate the fluorescent falafel, your hair turned yellow.
Yeah, that was the moment that it happened, actually. So a lot has happened since the Parallel visit.
Yeah. My favorite is Osmos, but
Osmos is great too.
I just remember you guys had a episode where you went to Lambo's on Dundas, and that one was, I just know that one because it was played over and over and over when we were trying to first start OCAD Live and they needed content. So every day if you tuned into the live stream, you'd see that episode at least once.
And we are the reason why Lambo's blew up. That was
Yeah,
it.
well, I was about to ask. Correct me if I'm wrong. You are the art director of Lambo's. That's why it's yellow.
Yeah. So we actually designed Lambo's from the ground up. It's funny because they had just opened, and then we had this show opportunity, and it was it was great to go when they weren't popular. But now it's you go on TikTok, and the only place anybody talks about is there's this new sandwich shop that just opened in the West Side. It's called Lambo's.
It's even so big. I know one of the dispensaries right down the street, Superette, they have a phone inside that's the Munchies phone, and you can order your weed, and then you can call on the phone and pre-order your sandwich. So by the time you smoke your joint and walk down the street, it's ready.
Okay, I'll give it
Modern
that. That's pretty sick.
it's just a hotline straight to
It's a cord down the road.
Like a can.
Yeah, okay, that's actually awesome. I back that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So you are an ad man.
Yes.
What gave you? What inspired you to take up advertising at OCAD?
Yeah. So initially, I was at Sheridan for advertising. And then I transferred to OCAD eventually, just because Sheridan, it was not the ad course I expected.
Just wasn't doing it for you.
They got me doing math. I can't do math. They got me doing
Really,
costings,
budgets and.
Yeah, but it was so behind.
Yeah.
It was so behind in terms of what they were teaching us. Like they were making us do manual newspaper costings with formulas to cost out like how much a newspaper ad buy would be. Like what is this? What year is it? They were doing that, and like, you know, this was only like a few years ago, and it was crazy. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I was here to like make ads and make things and be creative, and we had like 2 courses that we got to actually make ads. It was really silly. So as soon as I finished the 2 years that were mandatory, I transferred credits over to OCAD, and I did OCAD.
Yeah.
But before going to OCAD, like I originally wanted to go into film and television at Sheridan, but then I just thought, you know, these are skills I can probably learn myself, and you know, I already had some gear that I worked and saved to buy, so I'm like, I'll just learn the skills like that. But advertising is like an all-encompassing thing. You have aspects of photo and video and graphic design and everything. It's like a full medium that you get to explore all the other different mediums. So, you know, that's kind of why I chose advertising, and I've always been into ads. I watched Mad Men as a child, and I thought it was great.
See, that's a year 1 curriculum.
Yes.
You must watch Mad Men.
It's it's part of the origin story for like anybody who went to ad
Yeah, that's
school.
why you had to do a newspaper buyout at
Exactly.
Sheridan because of Mad Men.
They just knew. What would you say some of the differences between Sheridan and OCAD were, other than like, well, I guess, yeah, the program, but also just like, you know, like campus culture and stuff, and like how the school works?
Yeah, so I'm about to go off on Sheridan a little bit. Sheridan's great, and for like a lot of courses, and they're very prestigious for like animation and certain things like that, and I respect that. But like, you know, there's different campuses. There's the Sheridan, the Oakville campus, which is a lot more like OCAD with the culture. Like, it's more creative. You feel creativity in the space. It's just a much better place to like actually work and do things. I went to the Mississauga one because they transferred my program over to Mississauga like halfway through. And it was the most depressing place on earth. Like it was really, really sad. They had just finished it, and they just shipped us all there. We had like a shuttle bus that would take us every morning. It was just so bad. It was not a great time.
But shuttle bus from where?
From Oakville. Because I lived in Oakville because I moved to
so
Oakville
far
for Sheridan.
Yeah.
And there was like a 45-minute shuttle bus every morning to Mississauga.
That's
This is the
brutal.
school bus.
Yes, it was literally a white
was a
school
yellow.
bus. And it was like, it was
That's where your
very
love for
sad.
yellow started, from the school bus.
Yeah, so it wasn't great. And you know, Sheridan has like sports teams and a lot of like more community culture. They have residences, so that's great. But yeah, besides that, like at least with my experience, it wasn't great. Like I found OCAD to be a better place to build community and to just experience like creative life. I mean, I much preferred it. I much prefer the experience. People talk a lot of trash about OCAD, but I think it's genuinely, there's a lot of good things to enjoy about it. But obviously, it is a school, so you know, there's things that's gonna suck, and
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I know before you went to Sheridan or OCAD, there's a time around there where you started your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Canoopsy.
Yes.
And well, let's just start with the name. How did that come about?
Oh man, I like to always say it's a long story,
Ah.
but the thing is like I don't exactly know where it came from, because like I started my channel when I was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
Like YouTube had just come out the year before, and the thing to do was just like, you know, just like make an account, right?
Yeah.
It's just like TikTok. We all want to like, even if you're not gonna post anything or you're gonna just post whatever, you still gotta make an account. Why not, right? It's a new thing. So I can't even explain to you where the name came from. It's just so long ago, but yeah, like before Sheridan, I went to high school in Hamilton, and the high school I went to had the option to fast track courses. Okay. So I finished a year early. I was able to
Big brains?
No, I just didn't have any friends. No, I just really focused on my work, and I really just wanted to get out because, like, you know, who likes school, you know? And I had a good time at high school, but I just wanted to get it done. So I finished a year early, and that year I finished grade 12 and grade 11, and then that year where grade 12 would have been, I just was able to work and start building and decide what I want to do, and yeah, that was the year. So.
And I guess like now, like, how many subscribers are you at now? You're like I know you're over 1 million, right?
No, not over a million.
Not over
no.
1 million?
No, I'm at like on YouTube 267,000 I think, and then when you add up like all the different platforms I'm on, it's close to about 450, 500,000.
That's still a substantial
following.
amount of people.
But-
Yeah.
But the thing is like, you know, doing this job, it involves being part of every single platform. Like you have to just do all of the things.
Yeah.
And you have to learn like, okay, maybe I'm good at video, but I also have to learn how to do photography and I have to learn how to do advertising. And it's like, you really have to just, you got to just go all in on everything.
See, what makes your videos great is that you have a very particular style. Like I always see in your comments, people call you the king of aesthetics.
Oh gosh.
You know, it's like the most aesthetic YouTuber.
Can you think of anyone you sort of like, you know, they wrote back to you after and they're like, hey man, I started YouTube because like I saw your videos, or like even any influences you've seen your channel sort of seep into?
I mean, I get some really good comments. Like people will say really nice things on videos, or they'll send me a message saying like, you know, you inspired me to just like try it and just do it, and I really appreciate it. And people ask me like questions too, like, do you think I should use my real voice in a video, or should I do like an AI voice? And I'm like, no, use your real voice. What are you doing? So there's stuff like that where, you know, I just want to be able to help people like. Just to achieve it's just to make stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's important that people have the chance to express themselves, and you know, even if you don't get famous, I mean, like being able to express yourself and, you know, make great content or great art is important, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you ever run into people that know you but you don't know them?
It happens all the time, actually. It's such a weird sensation. It's like every other time I leave the house is when I run into somebody. And it's like, it's the weirdest thing. Like everybody's been so nice and so friendly, which I appreciate. Like there's nobody who's, you know, like weird.
No one's ever been like, hey man, I got the Samsung. You know, I didn't really like it that much.
God, I wish. That'd be awesome.
I watched your video. I don't really like this phone.
It'd be a nice change. It'd be a really good change. But people are just very respectful. They'll come up and they'll be like, you know, they'll just say, I love your stuff, or, you know, I really like this specific thing. And it's either just, you know, I just wanted to say like what's your name, and let's shake hands, whatever.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you know, they'll want to take a photo, and that's always fun too. It's just always like the weirdest times that I meet people. Like I was out in Tommy Thompson Park. Like there's like a trail that you take.
Yeah,
You know the
it's
It's a
one?
good one, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like in the middle of nowhere out there, and then somebody just like, oh my goodness, you know, I love your videos. It was so weird.
Yeah,
And he's like,
they,
it's my goal ever since I moved to Canada. It was on my vision board. Oh, that was just so sweet. It was so sweet
That's
for him
awesome.
to say that.
Have you ever like we're not in the mood and just like, are you Canoopsy? And you're just like, nah, man. It's kind of hard. 'cause
I
you
gotta
got the
start
look.
doing that. But no, everybody's been so nice, and like usually I'll be
Yeah.
able to just talk to them for a little bit and just be like, hey, it's, you know, I really appreciate the support. And I think there was one time though that I was like I run pretty often, and I was running, and you know, I just know the look at this point when someone like looks up and they have like this look on their face that they're about to just be like, yeah. He was about to do that, and then I just increased my speed. I just flew because I was running. I was like, you know, I was at the end of my run. I was about to get home. You know, I was about to like go into top speed mode. I had some tracks going, and like I can't stop.
No, for sure.
I can't stop. I'm sweating. It was brutal. But yeah, no, it's been very good, and it's great to see like, you know, so many people in Toronto. You know, they support my work. It's a wonderful thing to hear, and you know, it's happened in the U.S. It's happened.
Wow.
It's happened wherever I go. There seems to be some people who watch my stuff, so I'm very happy about that.
My favorite thing when I see your comments is seeing people with like their profile picture is them with like a yellow background and they're doing like the confused face or like the thinking face.
We talked about more so the upside of being a content creator, but what would you say are some of the pitfalls of living this life that you lead?
I mean, it's just, it can be a lot sometimes. Like that's the best way to explain it is there's some weeks when there's a lot of things that I've committed to doing and a lot of things that end up being due, and I want to do my best work, but you know, sometimes brands don't have the patience. I know they want the best work, But then some brands just want it done so they can
Yeah.
report. Like if it's an agency working on behalf of a brand, they just want things done,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Quick as possible.
Exactly. And even if it's not like the artistic vision, you know, they just want it finished. And what I have to do sometimes is be like, I have to just like find ways to delay things, you know? I have to like be like, I have to be like, yo, you know, this happened and I can't get it done this week.
Oh, you know, my cat is
Exactly.
on the roof.
That's
Gotta get
one
it
of them.
down.
Yeah, the cat. You know, my studio floods sometimes.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be done for another month. I don't know. What to do.
Exactly. No, I'm able. It's just a lot of communication to push things and get myself more time because I just want to do the best work. You know.
Yeah.
Probably working with like multiple brands at a time too, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and that's
it's
just like
it's
that
a balance.
It's all because like I have to push one thing to get another thing finished, so I can do the other thing. It's just it's a whole like
For sure.
it's a
Yeah.
very interesting thing.
You're kind of a one-man band. Well, you have Liam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a big supporter of your channel.
Yeah, no, so yeah, I pretty much do everything myself, and I've been like very picky about you know, just doing things my way. But like, you know, I met Liam through OCAD in you know, the first year I went there, and he was just so welcoming and just such a great guy. And eventually we worked on a few projects, and I was able to see that we kind of have the same vision with work and creating things. So we just started working on some of my YouTube stuff, and then eventually it was Kitchen Robbery we worked on together. And then from there, like whenever there's a project or anything that I need help with, like he's the guy, like he's the go-to. He knows exactly what I'm looking for. He knows what I want before I want it, usually with video or photos. He has some great ideas. So yeah, he's been great. He's been very helpful, and he's the best.
From like what I see from your Instagram, it's always like he's the car guy, and he plugs you with like something ridiculous. Like, what was that thing you were driving?
Oh man, that's a funny one. Okay.
The gray, like
I don't know. I put that up on the screen or in post or whatever.
Yeah.
But that thing, okay. So it's the you're talking about the tank thing,
Yeah.
right? So that tank thing, it's the Sherp ATV, and I had messaged this guy 2 years ago about like just doing like a shoot with that thing because
Yeah.
it was like, you know, it's a crazy vehicle, and it's like a Ukrainian like an army vehicle. And some people buy them for like agriculture or like farmland or just for fun. And that's what this guy did. This guy is like, he's honestly a legend. This guy bought this thing. It's like a $200,000 vehicle.
Damn.
He bought it just for fun, and he drives it around like with his daughter and like up north. And it's like the sweetest thing. He's like such a good guy. And yeah, so I reached out to him, and like 2 years ago, no reply. He gets back to me like 2 weeks ago saying like, hey, I thought you were like a spam account, and then I just ignored it. But let's work on something. So I talked to him that same day. We had a phone call. We arranged a shoot. Next week, which was I guess last week, we made it happen.
That's crazy.
And we were just out everywhere with this thing. It's a fully amphibious vehicle that can go on any terrain,
you were in like a river.
and then it can go in the water. So when you put it in the water, it turns into a boat. So like we were in Lake Ontario in the middle of like out in the bluffs. Like we were out there, like in the water by the bluffs, just boating around, and everybody was taking photos. It was so funny. And then you just come out of the water onto the land and you're driving.
It reminds me of like I don't know if you remember like Ontario Place. They had that bus that could like drive into
water bus?
The water bus.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It was like, and then it was
Oh, I
a
don't remember
boat.
that, no.
And then it would drive. It would be in Lake Ontario, and then it would drive out into the parking lot, and then drive downtown. It would just drive to the CN Tower.
What?
Let's bring that back. Bring back the water bus.
That thing was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a new business venture. Just like start
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
renting out the vehicle.
That's actually sick. It's
That'd be
very
better
slow on
than
water.
The tours, you know, like
Oh, yeah.
if you could. All right, and here's the city skyline, and we're going over to Toronto Island.
Yeah,
This
it'd be sick.
military vehicle.
You can fit a bunch of people in those
Yeah.
things, and like it's very slow on water, but you know it's just sick to be able to be in like in an enclosed car,
Yeah.
but in the middle of the water.
Considering getting one for yourself for
No.
Christmas.
Nah, it's not for
Okay.
downtown use.
Oh,
Yeah,
fair.
I was thinking like this couldn't be like street legal, and
It
then
is.
you pulled up
It
into
is street legal.
McDonald's like drive.
Yeah, it's fully street legal. Like you have to get like it's just like a like the Bobcats or like those vehicles.
Oh, you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
get the special treads,
Yeah,
right?
not even the treads. It's just you have to get like a license thing. There's like a
Ah,
license thing. There's like a yellow triangle on the back of it, and that like means that you're able to just to drive it on streets. It's incredible.
That's crazy. You could like, I mean, if I saw one of those in traffic, I go, okay, you know what? You can cut me off.
I know,
I'm
exactly,
not even gonna bother.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We brought it downtown and everything. It was quite the day. I had a wonderful time.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to bring something up. With every celebrity, there's always some level of documentation on their life. I remember when we had a, was it like a Zoom party for OCAD LiVE? Like, I remember because, you know, we didn't see anybody's like bottom half. I was like, I wonder how tall this guy is. So I Googled you up. And,
Wait, what? It's on Google?
I found this, and I thought you would
What?
like to see this. So first of all, I found this page on Trend Celeb Now. And first
wait.
of all,
This is crazy.
first of all, is it, I don't think that's you.
Oh, that's me.
Well,
yeah,
that-
that's me.
That's
yeah,
you?
That's me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I see the resemblance.
What? No, that's not you.
I don't know what this is.
It says, okay, a profession YouTube star. Name Canoopsy, your legal name.
Yeah.
Age 24.
I'm 24. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, they got that right.
Birthday November 9.
That's correct.
Scorpio.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, there's actually a birthday countdown. So if you want to check that out, 10 hours. Oh no, shit. 26 days, 10 hours, 56 minutes, and 45, 44, 43.
Everybody mark their calendars.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Oh my God.
it says there's like a whole like calculation of what your height is. It says you are 5'7.5".
No.
Is that correct?
No, I'm not 5'. Shout out to all the short kings, but like not 5'7". No.
It also says body measurements will be updated soon.
Oh
So do
shit.
you wanna update now? At least give
Body
them the height.
measurements? We can do that. We can do that in post.
Yeah.
We'll add it in post. At the bottom screen, have a little ticker.
So
thing.
I thought maybe this should be brought to your attention if some of your fans want to Google you up, and this is the
The guy.
Now,
information that they're seeing.
this is very interesting. I need to look into this.
Yeah,
I need to look into this. That's crazy.
Have you ever Googled yourself up just to see
I do
like
sometimes,
what?
but like
yeah,
I never really looked that in depth.
Yeah.
I usually just Google myself to make sure there's no controversy of any
course,
sort.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Have you ever been involved in a controversy?
No.
Of course, he's not going
No?
to say.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. You can look. Hey, look.
But
it
if
up.
you want to go into it, you're free to.
No,
We'll
I
turn
got
off the mic.
nothing.
Yeah, it says on the
There's
controversies.
no
thing, it said,
controversies.
will be updated soon.
We'll be updated soon. Yeah, that's yeah.
Here's a controversy I've been hearing about.
Hit me.
Maybe you could shed some light on this. As we all know, the iPhone 15 has been released. You
Yes.
want to show it up to the screen? Give it a
Ooh,
wow.
no case.
And apparently, a lot of them have been like heating up or something. What's
Cap.
the
It's
deal?
cap.
It's cap.
Cap.
All right.
Now,
Good.
the reason why it was heating up, I'll give you the insider info. It was heating up because of third-party apps like Instagram not being optimized. And you know Instagram, that shit's like, I mean, that I don't know if I can swear.
You can.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course
you
you
can,
can.
you're
You
good.
can
But
swear.
that shit's like it's data mining your phone. Like there's all this stuff that's happening all at once, and you know it wasn't optimized. That was one thing. Some other games weren't optimized as well, and we got some other tech YouTubers who are just like looking for things to make videos about. Like, look, it's hard to get subjects sometimes.
Yeah.
But like you know,
Especially, it's the topic of the the month.
it's so funny that people just like jumped on that as like a bandwagon thing, and you know, Apple just put out an update that just fixed it all. Like that's it. It's not a problem. Like I know it was some people reported it and that's great, but it's fixed. You know, this is what everybody does. Every single time there's like a small problem, everybody just hops on and is like, this is the end of the Apple ecosystem. It's finished. The iPhone heats up a little bit.
All I gotta say is the Samsungs were getting so hot that they were literally like exploding.
I know.
What, like 4 or 5 years ago?
It wasn't a
So
long
it's-
time ago. I
So I
mean,
think it's this question of like it's,
yeah, but yeah, that issue. I mean, no explosions. It gets a little bit warm, but like these phones are doing so much, and like
it's like a supercomputer.
Exactly.
In your palm of your hand.
I
Like,
know. And the people who are like really pushing are doing like heat tests. So they got like they're like recording 7 hours of 4K footage at 60 frames per second, and they put like a heat gun to it. It's like, oh, it's a little bit hotter now.
All right.
I watched
That's
this.
it. Apple's finished.
I watched this one review guy, like this review, because it's just when the phone came out, and he was talking about how it's made of titanium and stuff, and he goes like, we're gonna do like a stress test, and he gets this huge blade out and starts stabbing. He's like, nope, the iPhone, the 15 will not withstand like light damage. And I'm like, that's not light damage. You just like stabbed your phone. Like,
yeah, I know. People are like bending them and stuff. It's like, yo, just chill. Like, what is this all about? Like, who's just going to town on their phone the day they get it? There's some people who flew to Australia to drop test the phones.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I know this is to get views and it's great and all, but like,
It's so ridiculous.
This is one of the pitfalls of like this industry. Is I see this and I'm just like, nah, I can't. I can't do this forever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's and no shame to those people. I mean, they get good numbers and it's great and all, but like, yo, it feels a little bit out of touch is all I'm saying. Like I just try to, with my work, I just try to make it as human as possible and make it as normal as possible. And I feel like it's important to have a human aspect to the work you do, whether it's, art or video or something.
Take videos for humans.
Yeah, that's what I try to do. I want to make sure it feels human and it's like a conversation when I'm making a video versus like, hey guys, guess what we're doing today? We're going to be drop testing the iPhone 15 Pro Max. See, I can still do that though if I need to.
Exactly.
No, if all else fails.
Yeah.
You just have to get another
short
phone
format.
to drop test.
Yeah. You say that, and I do see that when I look at your content, is that you're very approachable and you've set yourself up that way. And
Thank you.
Well, where was I going with this?
He's not a human. So
I'm not a human.
Oh, okay, I see.
And I actually find your content very disturbing for humans.
No, I wanted to say, every time I watch your videos, I can't help but notice your setup always changes. The serif TV is over there, then it's over there, and it's up there, it's down there.
Yes.
Like,
it's
What are you
because
making room for?
I can't decide where to put it. I just can't decide where to put my stuff. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like I just, it's a hard decision because like I want to like put things a certain way, and then
We'll just.
what is going on up there?
Yeah.
no, the Apple police.
Are they coming for me?
Yeah, what you were saying.
But yeah, no, I'm always, I like to always change things up because for myself, I like to always keep switching things. And also I just am never that happy with how things look. I just finally finished decorating my condo. I've lived there for 5 years and I just finally like got everything in place where I want it.
Yeah.
Things are kind of staying where they are. I did a video about it because I was happy with finally where it is, and then as soon as that video was done, I just started moving things around again. Like I just got a few more pieces of art. I like started hanging stuff up. Like I'm moving things around here and there. Like it doesn't end, and I just will never be satisfied. I think so.
And you also have the Canupsi Media Studio, right?
Yes.
That's still going on. And what are you doing in that studio?
Yeah. So the studio is very much a space to make like anything I want. What I have been wanting for a while is, especially working from home for so long, is a space that is just universal for anything. There's no limitations. Like it's just an empty space that can be filled with whatever I want. I have to do like a set design. I'll do it there, take it apart, something different the next week. It's just ever changing, and that's kind of the goal with that space. That space has gone through so much work. I've been there for over a year now. I signed it in August and last year, and I've just been constantly trying to make it work.
Yeah.
It's a very old building. It's over 100 years old, and the space, like the man who was like, he was living in this space. It was disgusting.
As one does in a studio
It
in
was
Toronto.
crazy. Like this man left the place in the worst state I've ever seen, and I couldn't believe that he was living in that space for so long. Like this man was into some stuff. Like there was chains. There was like there's mirrors on the ceiling. There was like red lights.
And you left that all the decor.
Oh yeah, that's all still there. Yeah, that's for the YouTube channel. Yeah,
Exactly.
But no,
sectioned off.
but like it was
the meet and
crazy.
greet area.
I don't know what was going on in that space, and to this day, I'm still finding like little things. Like There was like crusty socks in the staircase.
Okay.
There was like little GoPro parts everywhere. Like I don't know what I mean, I have an idea of what he was doing in there, but like it's not even the scope that I know of.
Maybe one day you'll be surfing some corners of the internet and just like, is that my studio?
Is that your
No, but actually, okay, funny enough, he messaged me on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know how he found me and his space, but he's like, yo, that was my old place. I was living there. And
Living.
he was living. And that was pretty much the extent of the conversation.
We're just like, cool.
I'm just like, yeah, it's a great space.
It's basically saying, I know where you work.
It's basically saying, I'm feeling forced out of my safe space because you've taken it over.
He's a very interesting guy. He was a banker in Toronto, and then he moved to LA to pursue movies. That's all I know about him.
You should invite him. What kind of movies in LA?
That's all I know. The super of the building told me like he was a very eccentric guy.
You should,
As all people who move to LA.
You should invite him for a studio visit sometime and just get down to the nitty gritty things. Like, so what was this used for? What about this corner?
I'd make a
here?
video about it.
It would actually be sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a crazy place, but like besides all that, like it was just disgusting in there.
Yeah.
Like
we cleaned it up.
it was it was quite the process. Like every surface was cleaned and painted, and like parts of the floor had like mold in them. Like how was this man living there? I can't believe it. Like
The mold. I wonder what the mold grew from.
oh god.
You painted the floors white.
Yes.
That was a decision that I didn't quite enjoy, frankly. I thought the gray was quite
Oh
nice.
man, yeah, no, I wanted, I really did want like a natural concrete gray, but the place was like there was like layers and layers of paint when I first got it. Like I think the floor was painted at least like 50 times. Like it was black painted, then there was like layers of brown and like red and blue. So like I don't know how many times the floor was painted different colors, but like maybe this guy just got sick of the space every month.
Different set.
The clarity hit in, you know?
Yeah, and then like I just painted it all black because I just wanted to be able to get into the space and start working. But then one day I'm just like, I'll just paint it white because I think it has like that look of it's just like an endless space where you know every surface looks good and every corner is like a white
It's
backdrop.
like sterile.
Yeah.
Like it's like you can like put whatever you want in that space, and that's
Yeah.
what
The light
is the
reflects too.
emphasis.
And
Yeah, it
you're
feels
doing
so much
photography
brighter
in there as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Like a lot of photo stuff, a lot of video stuff, and it just feels brighter. Like it really felt like a dungeon before because it is on the first floor and part of it is underground. And I mean, going back to what I was talking about earlier, yeah, it was a dungeon, but like
But no dragons.
no dragons.
But everyone who enters has to take off their shoes.
No.
right at
The
door,
floor, the floor, like, despite it being white, I mean, you'd expect it to get really dirty, but it looks cleaner than it did when it was black because the black showed like everything.
Yeah,
fair,
I've got black floors in my bedroom, and like the second there's like one small thing on it and stuff, you're noticing it because the black is like a void and it
Yeah.
just sits on the surface. And I think
Yeah.
it was like one of the worst decisions was painting my floors black.
Oh man, but you know, it's you learn from that, and you know, the white floor I prefer it these days, and even though when it gets dirty, it still looks okay. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. I just mop it down and that's it. It's good to go.
I noticed in your recent home tour, the cinder block table is missing. What happened?
Oh man.
Cinder block table
It's a
was
fan
a
favorite.
Fan favorite.
I know.
yes.
I love the cinder block table. That was a classic piece. You know, people despise the cinder block table.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a great idea.
I don't know if you remember, but I made like a video edit of it. It was like the beginning of your video where you're like,
This is my under $30 industrial DIY coffee table design. It's very simple, built with 2 concrete blocks.
Oh no! Our table! It's broken!
that was like a
Oh, man.
2020 core, like, you know, this was like
Yeah.
the first maybe week or two that I met Isaac, and I was like, yeah.
I think this is the first Canupsi controversy.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
was
seeing
a
the
controversy.
comments. I was like, oh man, they're actually like reeling into him.
Yeah, the concrete stuff was interesting because everybody hated on it. Then like a couple months later, I was on TikTok and like I just kept seeing it. Everybody was doing it.
Yeah.
Some guy did the same thing. He just painted the cinder blocks black, and everybody's like, "This is such a good idea. It's such a good table."
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, man.
So why the need to retire it?
I kind of just grew out of that design.
yeah.
I thought I really liked it, but then I got a cat, and he was like
okay. Yeah.
just like clawing off pieces of concrete and eating them. So I'm just like, I think this is the time to retire it.
Yeah.
Did the cinder block table lead to the cat home that you made? Was that a progression?
I'd say so, yeah. I think I've really always liked the idea of stone as a material and concrete. I really like brutalist architecture and design and the material choices. And the concrete stuff, like originally using bricks was easy because I just went to the Rona out in the stockyards and just grabbed some and brought them home.
On your back.
On the bike, yeah.
On the bike.
But yeah, no, it was great because it was just a great way to build things I like the look of and the texture of without spending a lot of money because I just couldn't find the right pieces. Like it's just one of those things where I've never been able to find the exact style of things I want. And it worked out for a while, but then I just decided I found like this new medium I wanted to pursue. With like making stone stuff from scratch, and I figured out how to do it, and I got all the equipment, and then I built a little cat house out of like this like stone plaster material, and I did like a air conditioning cover because like all the condos have these really ugly air conditioning units that you can see, so I built like a nice stone cover, and then I built a whole like huge coffee table for the studio. And just a bunch of other little things too. And I thought it was a great little progression of like, I like the stone stuff, but this is a bit more refined, a bit more natural and organic versus just like concrete block, and that's it. You know?
Yeah,
So
you're a pretty viral guy. I remember like the first instance, like of seeing your work just blow up on the internet was the tote bag made of masks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Oh yeah.
That was everywhere.
Yeah, that was for an OCAD course actually. There was a course about like, I think working from home, or it was just about, it was something about COVID. Like it was a COVID
That
related
one was
course.
like the biggest hack job ever. Like, oh, working from home, you're gonna be doing it more often now.
I know.
We'll
it's
figure
so
out
funny.
as we go. But that was a cool mask, like tote bag. Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Go back to your virality and stuff. I know, like, at one point.
Virality.
It's a good word.
Yes. I was gonna say, I know you had a billboard at one point down
Yeah.
on
the
what was it, Adelaide, I believe.
Yes, that's
Can you
right.
talk about the sort of process of how you go about doing something like that, and if it is at this point, if it's like worth doing, like traditional advertising on a billboard like that, or is it like?
Yeah, I mean, that was just like a fun thing I wanted to do. So I always have wanted to do something like that because being in advertising, like, one of the first things you notice when coming into Toronto is billboards. Like you see them everywhere. Like you live in a small city, you don't see that anywhere. And then to go to a big city, it's like the first thing you notice alongside the buildings. So I just always wanted to do it. And then during COVID, like I was bored, and all the rates for like billboards were pretty cheap versus how they normally are. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna just buy a billboard. And then we just did a crazy shoot for it, and then we did an edit throughout a month, and then eventually we just we submitted it to, I think it was Out Front. It was very easy. Like that's the thing. Like they don't make it difficult at all. Like you send them the right dimensions that they want for it. You just choose the length, and then they do everything else.
So
and then
they print and paste it for you.
they did everything. It was crazy. Like anybody can make a billboard. Like you don't have to like be certified or like a business or anything. You just literally, if you have the
Put
money,
anything out there.
you can put out a billboard, and that's what happened.
Good.
Good to know.
You like a billboard
Get
is
OCAD to pay
like-
for it. They'll do it.
You think? Like, okay. I was thinking, like, like you get one of those, like, really, really big billboards by, like, the
Gardener. or
gardener,
something?
yeah. And you tell
Yeah.
OCAD, like, oh, it's just going to be our three faces. And then, like, you get something where it just says, like, fun fact, OCAD sucks ass. It's just like,
Hey,
what
that's
that thumbs up.
possible.
But like billboards are definitely like on my advertising bucket list, like to make one or like
Yeah.
have one up. But I noticed around town there's some posters out.
Yes.
With a familiar face on
Yes,
there.
that's the new thing. Yeah.
the new OCAD
What do
poster.
you think of 'em?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was it's interesting. That's gonna be at it's gonna be in the Eaton Center area, on those big billboards. They're gonna be on transit.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how to feel about this, honestly.
See,
It's
bro,
crazy.
yeah.
It's a huge push.
First, I gotta ask, bro, do you skate?
No, I don't. No, I wanted
They
the
put you on a
e-bike.
skateboard.
I told them not to get rid of the skateboard, but they're like, we gotta keep the skateboard.
How much like direction did you have with the design of the poster?
They asked like my feedback on some things, and
Yeah.
I just said, okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
There was very much a clear direction. I think it turned out good, but I would have done it a little bit differently. I think skateboard was not my idea. I wanted to skate on the iPhone. Like that was my goal. Was to be like on
Crooked
the
grind
iPhone.
on the iPhone.
Exactly.
Can you explain the pinup lady like climbing out of the iPhone?
Was it pool?
You didn't see that?
No.
Oh man.
I gotta talk to
We'll
my
put it
rep
up
right
on
now.
screen,
You know,
yeah.
yo,
Look
what's
it
going
up.
on with that?
Yeah. Oh, where is it?
Yeah, it was like a Porsche in the background, and there were
Yeah.
like people dancing on top of it.
Okay.
See, I looked at it. I didn't look that closely.
Also, like the microphone is a Canva like
there we go.
Yeah, right here.
image asset.
Okay, look, this is it. If you look very closely, there's a
Oh god. Yo, what's that supposed to be?
don't know.
Why do they have this?
There's a lady in a pool. You're holding a camcorder.
And why,
That's
why
my
is your face
camcorder.
painted? Did it?
They
was that like-
made me get my
Oh.
face painted.
But
Okay,
you were
listen.
like the only one who had.
They all had face paint.
No.
Some of them
The
did.
other, okay, some of them don't. But when we saw the Instagram posts, like none of the other ones had them.
Yo, okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
I didn't want to do the face paint, but they wanted to spray paint my hair.
What the fuck?
That's what they said.
color?
Okay, so like I pull up to the set, and they're like, I pulled up with one outfit, the one I was gonna wear,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, so you have some outfits, right? And I just said,
What?
no, I'm wearing this. And then they had like some clothes, and like it was just the outfits they would have put me in were just. It was not my style.
Yeah.
And I couldn't like let them just. I couldn't wear like. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I had to be like, no, I'm gonna wear this. They were upset about that. And then I was in this. It was in the dressing room, and they said, okay, so I was thinking, we spray your hair a few different colors, like we do it part of it red, and then, like I said immediately no. And they're like,
Fuck
no,
outta
but
here.
it's gonna come out really no.
But so did they like did you choose to wear the blue shirt? Like, is that your shirt?
That's my shirt.
Okay.
I wear like this. This is part of my wardrobe. It's part of my stuff.
Yeah.
I would have chose something different.
Because they've taken the yellow from like the letter and the red and stuff, and they've put like that's the makeup colors they chose. So it's almost like they've based it off of your outfit.
Oh.
I mean, the
didn't
more
think
you
about
look at
that.
this, there's so many little details. Like even
know.
like the grip tape is like a circuit board.
Yeah. So I mean,
And why?
they did. It's. I would have done something different. I don't know. They chose this design, and I guess it's fine. And I'm happy to be around the city. It's interesting, but like, I don't know. It was just such a weird experience, and I feel like they expected me to be a bit more like
Compliant.
but like no, there's like certain things, and like this was just me giving into certain aspects, but like I said you can't touch the hair, but
yeah.
if you have to do face paint, that's fine, is what I said.
I mean, you're an ad man. You should have some say in how
I know,
your
I
image
know.
is being advertised.
I just
Sometimes you gotta please the client.
it's like they had a direction, and I remember the actual shoot. It was a really cool shoot. The photographer is very talented, and we got some really good shots. But then this was the direction they wanted, and I guess that's just how it is.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny because you have like a pretty sophisticated setup for your videos,
I know.
and then they just
Yeah.
have you with the camcorder.
Yeah, like
Hey, that's my original camcorder
Oh, yeah?
from like when I started YouTube.
That's how Canoopsy started.
So I wanted to like
doing
incorporate that,
skate
but
vids.
yeah, doing skate vids, yeah.
Yo, speaking of fits, why don't you give us a fit breakdown today? I can see you're dressed quite dapper.
Yes, quite
Just to
ravishing.
my
give
God.
us the fit
Yo,
breakdown.
should I stand up or
yeah,
what?
For
Yeah,
sure.
to
And-
show
yeah.
the height.
The height
like,
for the
celeb
websites,
heights.
Yeah.
Yo, we'll let you guys figure this one out.
Okay, where am I looking?
Oh,
It's-
this one making.
Let's start with the shoes here. We have the Oakley Mules. These are my favorite shoes I wear every single day. We got these pants are actually Air Jordan pants.
Ooh,
No way.
Jordan signed those. He wore those.
He wore those at
Yeah.
one of the games.
Got the
95, I believe.
got the Heisenberg jacket.
This is actually part of the same collection. Of the
Oh,
Air
it's Jordan. Yeah.
No, wait.
I just have a dress shirt.
It's got the Jordan on the sleeve. Look at that, the cuff.
Market thrift dress shirt.
Nice, nice.
There's this tie from Winners.
Winners Italy.
Winners
Yes.
Italia.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah. We got the Nike Tree X on the wrist. We got the Oakley racing glasses on
Those are
face.
cool.
And that's it.
Those glasses did save Isaac from a bird this morning.
I
so
wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for these glasses. And that's why I can't take them off. They're glued to my face now.
You look like a superhero, you know, like you're like Cyclops. Just vaporize that bird right out there.
It's gone.
Yeah.
So I think, what were you saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say we have some images we'd
Right.
like to show the audience and get some commentary from.
Let's see.
So,
Yes, the classic.
well, why don't you dive right into it? What can you tell us
Nope.
about
Yeah.
this image right here?
So
Into the microphone, please.
okay, yes. So I've had like this idea of I just think it's really interesting to see workstations and setups just in weird places because like we see the same kind of setup of like somebody's bedroom or
Yeah.
their office, but like I wanted to like take it outside, and this was like my first billboard too. Is when we had like a desk set up in the middle of the street exactly where the billboard was being posted.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like we did the exact same thing for that, and like since that idea, it's just been a constant development of like where can I take the desk concept even further, and like seeing this kind of technology in the middle of a beach, middle of an island,
Yeah.
is a fun way to just escape the norm, and it was a perfect rock formation. I love my rocks.
So how much did you pay the cat?
I was gonna ask the same
So
thing.
the cat was a paid actor. I can't disclose the exact payment.
yes.
We did sign an NDA. We came to an agreement. Unfortunately, I can't discuss that on this
yes.
podcast.
Is the cat whitelisted for all your future events?
Yes, so this cat he's on contract.
yeah.
He will make future appearances. He has an appearance fee. It's actually a crazy appearance fee. He really does want a sizable sum alongside the Churu squeeze cat foods, the chicken flavor specifically. So
Very demanding client.
he's very demanding, but like he agreed to appear in this shoot, and I'm very thankful. It's because of him that the post went so crazy and appeared on a variety of pages, credited and uncredited.
Yeah, I was about to say. I
Yes.
saw definitely a lot of uncredited.
Yes. But yeah, that's this post, and I
Yeah.
think it was just a lot of fun to do, and yeah.
Was there anyone when you took this photo that was like, "What the hell is this guy doing"?
Yeah, so that's something it happens every time
That's
we're
the
shooting
goal.
something, and pretty much it's expected. If people aren't taking photos and being like, "What is going on?" then it's not gonna be a good project.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just constantly trying to go further, and that's exciting to
You
me.
ever feel like embarrassed, or you just crossed that threshold?
Never. No, I used to be so shy and so
Yeah,
embarrassed
yeah.
as a child, and then something just happened when I moved to Toronto, and now I'm just like, I don't really care. Like, what's
Yeah.
gonna happen?
Yeah,
You're gonna
There's 10 other people.
there's
looking-
10 other people doing worse things, like
Yeah.
probably in a kilometer's proximity.
Yeah.
So like me carrying around a laptop or a computer outside is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it deliberate to make the tree look
Yeah.
like it's coming out of the screen?
No, but I'm gonna say it is.
Oh yeah, it's a very nicely composed shot.
Yeah.
No wonder it's uncredited on many pages.
Hardpix.v2. Over here we have your humble abode.
This is my home.
Does it still look like that?
The yellow circle has been moved.
Okay. yeah.
There's now 2 prints there. I've swapped the print above the shelf, and there's a few more changes that are happening, but it's still pretty close.
Nice.
Yeah, this was just years of trying to make my space look good and make it something I'm happy to be in. And obviously, the place you live, you want it to look nice, and it's important to wake up and see things you love and see things that make you happy, right? And
course,
that's I was like very minimal and like in just my design and taste for a while. I wanted like the one couch and then the one chair and just nothing else.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
But
Nope.
it's over time
Yeah.
you decide on the style and you grow as a person.
But you mentioned in the video that those fans,
Yeah.
but you mentioned in the video that your e-bike doesn't match the style of your place, but it's just there.
Yeah.
Is there any plans to make it match?
And
aesthetic
is there
of your
anyone
home?
that can help you with that?
Yeah, you know how to spray paint it?
Oh.
Can you paint it white?
Dude,
I just want it white,
that's
that's all.
actually my specialty, but we'll talk about that
Okay.
later.
Yeah, I just wanted it to be all
So
white.
it's
I
like
think
when
that'd be cool.
two ad men meet, there's this all like,
Yeah.
let's have a meeting in the back room after.
Exchange business cards.
Let's just get down to brass tacks here. And
Yeah.
how much for the Seraph TV?
Seraph TV, that one I bought refurb a few years ago. I think it was like 1,000.
I think
It's like a TV
it's
price.
coolest
Beautiful
TV like
TV.
I've ever seen.
So
Yeah.
cool.
No, I love that
Yeah.
thing. It's like a small TV, so it's perfect for a small place. It's 42 inches. The top is a shelf, so you can put things on top, and it's just a great looking TV. Like it's nothing special as a TV, like technology wise, but I wouldn't choose any other TV. Like
It's
there's
cool.
TVs that come close, but the fact that
Yeah.
you don't even need a TV stand is great.
Yeah, usually like a TV kind of ruins a room in my
Exactly.
opinion because it's just such a jarring piece of technology.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
feels more like furniture, like you said.
Exactly.
It's
and
like built into the space, you know, like it makes it livable still, right? It's like a regular TV, like a TV is just so like dominant in a space, I guess. Like
Yeah.
it's there to distract you, whereas this sort of blends in more to the daily life.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of TVs,
said.
that was very good analysis.
the TV.
A lot of TVs kind of just they dominate a space and they make it very much like the whole space has to revolve around where the TV is. Like where the dining table is has to be in view of the TV, or the couch has to be across from the TV. The lounge chair has to be across from the TV. Like, and it takes up so much space. So
Yeah.
for a TV that can go anywhere and can be moved anywhere and doesn't look like a TV and is so compact, like that's what I love about it. And I told myself I would never buy a TV, but then this came along and I just thought it was a perfect fit. So
Yeah. You know, like, it's gonna be a dumb question, but like, you know, your place is so pristine. Do you ever just like come home, just like, oh fuck, throw your jacket?
Oh, all the time.
Eat some McDonald's, you know, leave the wrapper around.
oh no, it's usually a mess, honestly.
All right, I got film.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's usually a mess, and you know, having a cat makes it even worse because his toys are just everywhere now. Like there's little Dollarama mice everywhere, and
Yeah.
there's like, you know, there's cat fur everywhere.
You have
And
to get the
there's-
Bauhaus mice.
Exactly. I gotta get some some concrete mice that I can throw around. But no, it's like I'm very picky about how my place looks, but these days I'm a lot more lax because it's just gonna get messy, and when people come over, I'll vacuum.
So
It's
where
that
does
easy.
your cat go when you're filming? He just
He
like,
just roams around.
Just roams.
I think
and
it's
he never
great that-
bothers you.
No, he really doesn't. Like he usually during the day he's sleeping, so like I can be filming, and usually I film at the studio where he can't bother me or distract me. But he usually just runs around and he sits on the shelf or he sits in my bedroom and he's there. So
All right, let's. Oh, look at this dashing fellow next to this German engineering.
Yes.
Well, tell us, what were you doing in a room so yellow?
yeah, so basically Mercedes reached out to me about 2 months ago now, and they said like we have a car, we want you to do a video, we're gonna fly you out to Germany, you need to host for our channel. Are you interested? And of course I said yes.
Yes.
And we had a discussion. We figured it all out. Wrote like a full-on script. Had like many rounds of revisions. Finally got approved. And then literally the Thursday before I had to be there on the Saturday, we had booked the flight because it took so long to get everything all set up and organized. And then we flew out there for a week. We shot like just the whole time we were just working, like editing and doing revisions, and it was a crazy process. But this is a Mercedes new concept CLA, and basically it's the look at like what the next generation of Mercedes are going to look like as they go further into the electric
Fully electric.
world.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what this car is, and it's the room they built like within 2 days, the whole room in like this crazy studio.
Yeah.
It was, I've never seen anything like it. Like to this day, like being in that space just felt like entering another planet. It was wild.
So where do you put the gas?
So this car
Funny enough.
is just a concept.
Okay.
So what happens is it's fully electric, but technically it was not like a drivable concept. So they
I
had
was
like
gonna
a
ask if you drove it.
no,
but
this is not a drivable car, and it had like a power bar,
Yeah.
like literally like a cable going from the
for
bottom underneath the stage, and it was just plugged in. Like, it was like a big lamp technically.
Big, yeah.
A lamp you can sit
Here to
in.
review my
Yeah.
new lamp.
It was so sick, and that car is
Yeah.
like it's so far ahead in the future. Like it is a crazy thing
Yeah.
they've done.
It must be a small car, given that you're 5'7.5".
Yeah, it's a tiny car. It's very small. It's like a little smart car.
Yeah.
It has 2 wheels on it as well.
Nice.
And this was the photo you were talking about, that like they had to change the floor, right?
Right.
Yeah, so they eventually, so we shot it all like with the yellow floor, and Mercedes, their team had an incredible set of colorists that were literally able to change every frame where the car was reflecting some yellow. They changed it all so the car looked, just like how it does. The rims look silver. There's no yellow cast. It looked beautifully red. But eventually they did change the floor for like future shoots to white, just so it wouldn't reflect on the car with a yellow cast. But yeah, it's just the team did something incredible within such a short period of time.
Although when you show up, they pull out the yellow carpet.
Yeah, they
Very
did. It was,
fitting.
as soon as I landed.
So then how did they do that? Like you had to reshoot everything with the white floor, or it was like stitched together?
So we didn't, because it would not have been possible with the time frame. They had some other shoots they had to do that week too, for like stock imagery and all that stuff, and some other news outlets. They changed it for them.
Okay.
So like with us, it was too late.
So you got like the premium yellow floor.
Yeah, and I think the yellow floor looked great because it just made the whole room, like when you walked in, the whole room just looked consistently all yellow. Like it was seamless. And like there was lighting behind the white part. The top whiting part was just a big light. Like I don't know how they did it. Like the space was just so beautiful. Yeah, it was crazy. It was one of the best experiences of my life. It was a lot of work, very stressful, but I learned a lot about like actually producing a proper video. So
Yeah, I mean, they know how to do it.
yeah, they sure do. They sure do.
Ooh. Oh, there's the
the
car
tank,
we were talking about, and the brand new iPhone 15.
Oh, what? I didn't.
With
know
all
it
its
was
modern
that big.
luxuries, how could anyone go wrong?
Exactly. Yeah, this was like the thumbnail for my the latest video I did, which is like a day in the life with the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and talking about how I use it professionally, how I use it just as a phone, how long the battery lasts, and I think it's a great way to do like a review on a device without just sitting in a room with lights and being like, hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the iPhone 15. It's made of titanium and it's gray.
And here's my knife.
No, I think it's great to show things in actual use, and that's kind of one of the things that I try to focus on in my content, is showing how pieces of tech are legitimately used in my own life and how they can help you as a creator, or how they will help your life versus just like on paper, okay, it's fast, it has this many cores, the battery is this exact number of milliamp hours. It's not useful information, so because everybody uses their stuff differently. So
did anybody honk at you while you were taking this photo? Because I see that it's green light.
no, it's Toronto. It's Toronto. We had a full crew. I found one of those stop signs, the slow and stop things.
Oh, and you just
That's the new move. Is we literally, like, I've realized if you just put on a construction vest, and you hold a stop sign,
do anything.
you can do anything.
I mean,
So
if you put a high vis vest on and you go to the door of a music festival and you just go, oh, I'm just carrying, they'll let you right in. Like,
exactly, that's it. No one's gonna
high
ask you
vis
twice.
vests, they're like the ticket to. You didn't hear this here. They're the
Take
ticket
note.
to anything, but like.
That's the key.
What if someone like a fan takes a picture? He's like, I just caught Canoopsy on his day job.
This guy's a hack.
God, I wish I was in construction. I think that'd be sick.
Oh, one thing we forgot to mention is the page spotted Canoopsy.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever happened to that? Seems people
That
have
was
been
run by
spotting
you.
you lately.
The glass.
Oh, this is it.
We took care of that page.
Oh,
Okay.
We took care of them.
Yes.
We took care of them. It's so bright, Jesus.
yeah. This is our final. This is Maple. She's
Is this the studio cat here?
no. This is a lovely cat up for adoption.
Where?
Oh, at the litter, the Toronto litter.
The Toronto litter?
Yeah.
What's the Toronto litter?
I wish I had prepared more than just having this cat, but maybe how do you feel about cats? What's your take on cats?
I think cats are some of the most incredible animals that are on this planet. getting my cat like very much changed me as a person. My cat is named Duster after the band Duster, and he is quite the cat. Like he's a year and 7-ish months old. He has so much energy. He's always running around. He's always causing chaos. His new thing is knocking over his water bowl and just spilling water everywhere. Like he puts his hand, he just starts splashing it. Like I don't know what he's trying to do because it just happened this week. He's been fine. And the other new thing is going on the shelf above my bed every morning and knocking all the books off onto me at 5 a.m. And then eating the books and, you know. But I think cats are just incredible. Like they're very human-like in a lot of ways, especially my cat. Like he's just so vocal about things. Like he's always he's always got something to say. And, you know, just the fact that a family just left him at the shelter after a year of having him is very sad to think about. Like, you know, such an innocent cat just abandoned, basically. But I'm happy I got him. And I've had him for quite a while, like almost 8 months. And he's made me just feel a lot more grounded and just I feel like he's changed me as a person in a lot of ways. I know it's silly to think about with a pet, but like, I just love cats and I just want to adopt as many as I can. And I think they're lovely creatures and, you know, they just deserve all the best homes because
Absolutely.
they can't live on these streets. You know, strays don't have much of a chance of surviving in Toronto, with like wildlife and traffic
raccoons.
and raccoons. Yeah, it's brutal.
Coyotes more.
Coyotes too. Yeah.
Falcons, hawks.
It's true, yeah. Those are
They'll pick 'em up.
They can pick up a cat and fly away with him. So yeah, I think I love cats and I want to do whatever I can to help them. But yeah, I'm looking for cat number 2 right now.
Well, funny you say that. We actually have a bunch of cats in the
We
next
don't.
room over.
That's a warm note, I think, to sort of wrap things up here. And we'll give him. I'm gonna be back. I have something.
What's happening? I hope there's not a cat in there, bro.
Here on PODCAD, we like to give our guests gifts, and from us to you, I'd like to give you this
my
bottle
goodness.
of
It's
olive
olive oil?
oil. Yes.
Oh, you know me so well.
I got it from the bakery. You said Trey Marie.
Yeah, Trey Murray. It's
yeah.
so good. Oh man, I love
Greasy.
this. You know, I'm known to just take shots of olive oil. Like I'm known to be like
Another round.
no, literally. I love olive oil, and I'm always excited to try like new oils. And thank you. This is
I'm glad you
wonderful.
like it.
This will be in the background of one of his future
It
videos.
will be.
Unopened.
It's gonna be.
I know.
I'm
Dead
gonna open
stock.
it. It's gonna be gone by the end of the week, honestly. But
It's a
no,
nice bottle, though.
I love it. This is great. Thank you.
Canoopsy color palette on it.
It's gonna look so beautifully on my in my kitchen. It's gonna look wonderful. This is so sweet. Thank you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Well,
is there
thank you for coming
anything
on.
you want to plug
Yes.
besides your YouTube channel and Instagram and
I mean-
other Instagram and
Y'all know me. I'm Canoopsy everywhere. YouTube, the Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. But you know, my one thing I would plug is go to the Humane Society. Go look at all the wonderful cats there, and like just go see, just go take a look. Like, you know, they're there, they're chilling, they're looking for nice homes. Just go take a look. They will change your life, whether you're a cat person or you're not. I was even allergic at first. After 2 weeks, I was no longer allergic of living with this cat. Go look at the cats. Go look at the dogs. Go look at the turtles. They have rabbits there. They have
I'm gonna get
fish.
another
They have
turtle.
birds. Get a turtle. So yeah, they're all there. You know, take an animal home. And they will make your life significantly better. They'll make you happier in a lot of ways. And also you're impacting a life that, you know, that needs you. So
Yeah,
go-
well
get
said.
a pet. Get a pet.
oh yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you for coming on, and
Thank you
thank
for
you
having
for
me.
listening to PODCAD, everyone. We'll see you all next time. Where? Same place, same time. See you later.
Peace.
Bye-bye.